Greetings, my name is Zipporah Baldwin. I'm a graduating senior business management major from Alexandria, Virginia, and the product that I have developed is a virtual reality and apparatus set, which ends up being a mixed reality set called Classroom Come Alive. So let's begin the presentation. So for this particular presentation, we were tasked with matching a NASA technology with a passion project that we had. So just to give you a bit of background about my own personal passions, I absolutely love seeing youth find their purpose. I love them being able to recognize their value and help them to maximize their potential, especially in the field of education. So passions here that I've already listed: love for children and quality education, and seeing the potential of children maximized. Absolutely important, and I love to see it happen. So there is a problem though, and one of the problems that especially at-risk youth suffer from is the fact that not all learning styles are catered to. So a little bit later, we're going to talk about exactly what it is that I've discovered that can be a solution to this problem. So breaking down the learning styles, the onset of COVID only worsened the issue of engagement. So here you can see on the left-hand side, visual, auditory, read, write, and kinesthetic are 4 of the major different learning styles. So what at-risk youth tend to suffer from is not having their particular learning styles catered to because of the limited resources in school settings. So I believe that this idea that I've developed can approach more than one learning style, and typically in many classrooms, it's typically the visual and the auditory learning styles that are catered to most, but it really limits the potential of students, especially at-risk youth, where not only they have limited resources, but they have to adapt to learning styles that aren't their preferred source. So for the next slide. Providing a solution. So the solution that I've come up with is called Classroom Come Alive, as I've already stated, and the NASA technology match is called the Apparatus and Method for Biofeedback Training. So this is practically a mixed reality program that I've thought of, which helps students to become more engaged with the learning process. And what's awesome about this is that it really tailors to the needs of students and individuals, and especially youth. Why? Because they love gaming. They love, a lot of children are hands-on. You know, a lot of people are also really missing that sense of touch because of COVID. So having a hands-on approach to virtual reality and to learning would definitely be beneficial in the classroom. So here it says a technology that integrates virtual reality with an authentic environment to help minimize the effect of the negative impact of stress on performance. That's what the NASA Tech Match can be generally defined as. And basically what this Classroom Come Alive system is, it's a product with virtual reality simulations, and it also allows for different apparatuses to be produced according to the subject matter. So something that this should definitely be targeted to is the field of science within education. And the field of science, why? Because having hands-on apparatuses, especially concerning such things in biology and chemistry, can be super helpful for students who really want to grasp more knowledge in the field of science. But generally speaking, this product would be extremely beneficial for the STEM field. And why? Because there is definitely a need for more minority STEM majors, and there is definitely a need to get minorities and at-risk youth more engulfed in the STEM fields. And the next slide is product benefits and necessary developments. So just to expedite this process of the presentation, this technology has the power to bridge gaps between learners. Of course, we talked about the different learning styles that it engages. It feels less like work and more like fun because it feels more like gaming. There's a hands-on approach. Necessary developments, more simulations and apparatuses should be produced in accordance with the subject matter. And of course, the focus here is STEM, because this is also a great way that at-risk communities and these at-risk school systems can apply for grant funding. There are an immense amount of grants for at-risk youth and minority youth who really are seeking advancement in the field of STEM. And then finally, it promotes curiosity and wonder, helping kids to enjoy just being kids. So business canvas, I do think there are several things that we should be sure to talk about, such as target market. Target market definitely wants to assess the market as you build and produce a product and then launch it out into the world. So the target market would definitely be at risk, underserved, underrepresented communities. So these are communities like Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C., locations in Washington, D.C., such as like Northeast D.C. and Southeast D.C. that aren't gentrified, that, still remain in a bit of poverty and are underdeveloped in accordance with surrounding areas. So that would definitely be the target market, underserved youth. Competitive landscape, some competitors, Google Glass and Cast AR would probably be the up and coming competitors with this product because of the virtual reality. But what makes this product stand out, not only is it mixed reality, but it actually has more of a humanitarian approach. So it's not just for the sake of fun, but it is for the benefit of children and their processes in education. Funding needed, I would say it takes about 10,000 to 15,000 based upon research for the development of each product. So funding needed I would scale maybe 500,000 just so that prototypes could be offered, tested out, produced, and then definitely surveyed in accordance with definitely surveyed so that people on the team could get feedback about how we could better produce these products. Sales channel, definitely using a sales team. What's important about the market that we're going after, which is the school system, what's important about this is that those in the school system really do value relationship. So it would be very important to have young salespeople to really connect and network through the education field in these local areas. And having people that look like the children is going to be incredibly necessary. So having people of color, having women of color is going to be very necessary so that people understand that this is not just something that we want to sell to you. This is something that will actually work and benefit you and the children in your environment. Next, we have marketing activities. So how to attract the attention, definitely through social media. Lots of children are on social media. And of course, it's not only the children that we're necessarily marketing to, it's more so like the superintendents and the board of directors and the educational boards that we are marketing to. So social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok, so even getting the chatter up amongst students so that they can bring the knowledge of this program and this product to adults in the educational field will be helpful as well. Aside from social media, definitely, I would say in print as well. Revenue streams, it's important that we talk about like turning a profit. As we said, it would definitely be expected that grants would probably be the majority of where this money comes from, since our target market is underserved and under-resourced communities. It would typically be them applying for grants and using that grant money to buy this product to serve their students. The major cost would definitely be development and training as well, to really show these school systems and these children as well how to work these products. Because these products are expensive to produce, it will be very important that they are handled well. Team and key roles, the team, of course, would be a team of salespeople and also the executives and developers. So those that are working on the projects behind the scenes, those that are, really applying the feedback, those that are surveying the students and such matters as that, those that are reading the analytics and that are, letting the higher ups, letting the management know what is working and what is not working. So there are various team roles and key roles that will be used there as well. And then, of course, those who are the brains of the operations, who really just work behind the scenes to work on the product itself and not really the marketing. Partners and resources, key partners would definitely be the virtual reality technology developers. These are key people that we need in our circle to develop the product in its fullness. So though we have a NASA technology match, it's not fully produced in accordance with what will be the expectation of this release, because it's going to be an entire virtual reality simulation with a mixed reality component. So not only do simulations need to be developed through an app, for instance, but also more apparatuses will need to be developed as well for the specific subject matter, as we said. And aside from that, figureheads in the school systems will definitely play a key role in being a key partner as well. A couple of other things that are on the business canvas that were not yet mentioned. For instance, key resources. So an online location to sell products, a warehouse to store products, may be necessary as well. That's definitely an idea. Intellectual license with NASA and brand patent on final product. That's something that will have to be resourced. Human technologies, having people to produce the technology and maintain the products, and financial funds for additional technology to finalize the product for release. That's a major resource as well. Funds for marketing and promotion as well. Funds for mixed and variable costs as well. The final page we have is Business Canvas page 2. And we talked about the key resources and activities just now. I went over that. And then also we want to ensure that we are just wrapping up, hitting on the purpose of this. So just reminding us that this is really supposed to grow students exponentially, to really get a hands-on experience of, and not only a hands-on experience, a visual, auditory, read and write, and hands-on experience through this one-stop shop of mixed reality. How can they do that all? Through taking note of what it is that they see and what they discover by listening to the trainers, really describe how to work this virtual reality set. I think further developments could be sound components, could be vibrations in the gloves that they wear for this, to add in the biofeedback element as well. So there are various developments that could be made here, but it's very important that we understand that this is for the good of those seeking higher education. So definitely, I hope you love this pitch, and I thank you so much for your time and consideration.